Thing ready to go. Fantastic. So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down with the Yank and jump into this grid today. I mean, let's see what I can do because I haven't been doing so hot lately. Yesterday, gosh, couldn't remember Sir Kingsley's name. I saw all that mess, and thank goodness for Neil to jump in there and really kind of hammer that home. I love that, by the way. I really do appreciate everything you've done to help me get a little bit better. And today we're winding down with this fantastic, oh, so refreshing. It's the Artisan Organic Craft. It's the La Mancha, this is a 2021. And if you, I mean, there's really no better way to describe it other than to say that, I mean, it's a Cabernet Franc and a Garnacha blend. But it's just fabulous. This is just a great standalone. It is a wine, but it is almost a cocktail to me, right? It is so refreshing, and it's just fabulous because you got your typical, tree citrus, right? Like you get the lemon, maybe some orange, but you get like the apricot in there and a little bit of a mango thing, and it might even be nectarine, but it just screams like the cold part of spring, right? The late part of winter. And here in Germany today, it was a beautiful sunny day. Of course, it's like -8 degrees and centigrade. But yeah, it warmed up to like -2, but it was sunny outside and it was fabulous. So walking to the car after work was bitter cold experience. But getting in the car was nice and warm because the sun was on it all day, right? So, But this is one of those, if I got nowhere to drive and nothing of real importance to do for, say, a Saturday, I could drink it all day. I mean, I'd have a couple of espressos in the morning, walk around, hit the farmer's market, grab some fresh eggs, whatever I wanted for the week, and then I'd come right back home and boom, I'd be doing this and reading Sir Kingsley's son's work, Sir Martin. But fabulous. So again, thank you, Neil. Thank you to everyone that always jumps in and helps me out with understanding a little bit better what's going on in the vocabulary and the presence and the soul of the United Kingdom. Okay, I have Solver's Courage. Did pretty well today on the New York Times. That grid was a very clever one. If you get a chance to go do that one with me or whatnot, I would suggest it wholeheartedly. I'm going to very carefully place this mouse in this grid and hopefully not upset or disturb the force in any way whatsoever. All right, here we go. Feeling good about that. Now, everything's a go. Fantastic. I had to turn off. I usually had the iPad running in the background. I'd be watching Heathrow, taking off and landing there on runway 26 left or 26 right or 27. I can't remember, but I turned it off. Got a little distracted for a while there. Cement and stones wall covering. Well, I hope something helps me with that because all I would even think of a mosaic of some sort. I mean, inlay, cloisonné. I don't know. Nib, pasta, so it could be penne, perhaps. Penne. How about penne? Icing paste. Usually fondant. I say fondant. So let's see if that lines up. Subsequent tremor. Usually an aftershock, right? Okay. Suit. Oh no. I don't know if I'm gonna know that either. I already got two on me right now. Turin sheet. I always want to give that a French pronunciation, Turin. But Turin, and I think we're talking about the Shroud of Turin that was making its way around various TV shows and museum of science and history, church exhibits, all throughout my childhood, through I think the late 70s and all throughout the 80s. The Shroud of Turin was all the talk. So put back, and I'm trying to think very, very, very Britishly. That would be to replace it. Replace. And I think in the States, we often think of replaces, and you broke it, buy me one just like it. I want you to replace that. But I think really it's to put it back in its place, right? You know, I mean, I think, right, so to speak. And I guess it works both ways, but let's see, rival. Oh no, rival, maybe opponent. I mean, oh god, I'm wondering if it could be like opposing or something. We're gonna find that out. Oh gosh, I would not have any crosses to really go with that. Yellowish brown. I don't think I've ever considered khaki yellowish brown, but it is, isn't it? Come on, Christopher, you're an artist, for crying out loud. So cross-examine is to question, so I guess this must be opposing. Oppose, rival. Yeah, it's got to be 3 letters. Maybe opposite. It's going to be an I either way. What is this? Haphazardly. I'm going to leave this alone for now. I don't know, because I'm fairly certain, almost like 100% certain, that this would be a question. So, microscopic, and you have that cutesy little question mark there, right? So, maybe teeny weeny. I didn't know y'all said teeny weeny. I don't know what I thought you said. But I was watching last night the movie The Holiday. Of course, Jude Law's in it. Of course, there's a couple of Americans in it too. I think Jack Black and what's her name, Cameron Diaz. But I think Kate Winslet and Jude Law really kind of stole the show there. But I realized it's a lot like Love Actually. That movie never gets old. And with Billy Mack, I can see myself in my 70s. I do. I mean, I look at him, you know, as an actor, but also his characters, and especially the Billy Mack character, you know. Oh, I mean, I can see that being me. I just need to become a rock star so I can really do I feel it in my fingers, that kind of thing, right? You know, but these are just 2 best Christmas movies of all time. They really are. And I watched them for the first time ever in my life last year. I'm not kidding you. My wife made me sit down and watch them, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Haphazardly. Hope something comes through for me on this. Trial. 7 letters. I'm going to go for a hearing. One of the things I've learned with the Guardian Quick is that some answers are like almost silly, just trite little things that you don't have to think at all, you know. Other things, it's going to be completely mind-blowing, right, you know. So mist could be a haze, and does this H help any? Haphazardly, maybe anyhow. All right, that does help. That helps big time. Okay, so now we're moving along here, which means this is probably rival, means opposing. Okay, yeah, feeling better-ish. Not feeling good at all about suit at 10 across, and I don't know what this stuff is 1 across there. Friendship would probably be amity. And sphere or a party. So I'm assuming we're talking about a ball. And study of pyramids, etc. So this is what I'm talking about, right? So, I mean, this is clearly Egyptology, or it should, no, I'm not going to say it should be, but under normal circumstances, Egyptology is going to be what we're looking for here, right? And so you're like, oh, I can just throw that in there, right? I get that. But then we'll have something like this, sweetened curds. or a celebration. And ending in a T, the only thing I think of is a celebration. I can't even think of it as a celebration. I'm thinking it might mean a celebration in Britishese. Maybe a junket. Because I would use that more or less. Practice. What is this? Pale purple with an E ending. Maybe mauve? But I think of a junket as like going and having fun on the government dime, right? You know, like I went on a press junket, you know, yeah, so, or something along these lines, you know, where somebody else is paying and it's like an establishment thing is paying and you're just getting to go along and eat and drink and be merry, you know, so, but I can see that being a celebration too, so I don't really know what I make of that. Russian artificial satellite, okay, so Sputnik. It is Sputnik, but must kill moose and squirrel first, then go to space. Lightness. Acid test substance, and that could be litmus. Lightness. Okay, see this U here? This helps me tremendously because it makes me think this is buoyancy. I hope I'm not wrong about that. So practice could be a dummy run. And okay, yeah. So yeah, we've got lightness as buoyancy. Only here in the quick. Whippersnapper. I guess y'all could be looking for a brat there. Whippersnapper. I don't know if that's correct. That's another really crazy difference because I think in the States you hear a brat, it's just a very poorly behaved child, right? You know, what a bratty little creep, you know, kind of a thing, right? But so this is a whippersnapper. We would say of a whippersnapper, we would say, you know, someone green behind the ears, which means, I don't know if y'all use that too, but just means that they're new at something. They're noobs. They're brand new. They're novices. They're just getting started, right? You know, so they gotta be trained and all that stuff, right? So that would be, you know, just a whippersnapper, right? You know, or a little, you know, just someone that doesn't know yet. They haven't grown into or matured into a role. And I'm gonna put in here pebble. But what this is, cement and stones wall covering. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to guess that. I have no idea. A pebble dash, a pebble desk, pebble disc. I mean, I'd rather not put something in and then kind of cloud my memory if I ever come across that again by trying to remember what it is that it means and or whatever it's called, and then I put in, you know, I say what I actually put in and not what I learned. So, but I'm gonna say pebble something. Yeah, and suit. Suit. I know. I have no idea. So I guess we can check what I've got and see if I did anything right here at all for what I've got. And then just go ahead and take the smack in the face. Yeah, okay. It looks like I did all right personally, but I don't know what this is. So go ahead and taking smack number one right to the mouth. A suit. An exec. Yeah, no, that's not uniquely British. That's just not me thinking outside the box. So I deserve that one, right? Go ahead and, you know, it cost me to go get a bridge, you know, on Monday morning at the dentist, right? Just knock my teeth out. That's fine. That's totally, I don't know what's wrong with me. I get it in my head that if it doesn't just come automatically to me, it's going to be some kind of, cock-a-snook, right? Which is now the word that just means anything synonymous with, I didn't understand it, it was gobbledygook, So what do we got here? What is this? Pebble what? Pebble Dash. It's the first thing I said too. I could have put it in there. At least I could have saved some face. I can't believe I didn't figure out exec. It just... Learning the personality of the grid. Beautifully done. Guardian, quick crossword gods, whoever you are that make this grid. Wish I knew who was responsible for it. I'd love to be able to name them. Out with the old, in with the new. Again, it was so nice to hear over the holidays from everyone here. We got New Year's coming up, so be safe out there. It's such a joy to pick up new subscribers. It's just a wonderful thing when people kind of commit to the community, and it's so wonderful to hear from you all the time. Thank you so much for liking and for being supportive and being part of this community. I really cannot wait for a business trip or even a moment of pleasure where I'm able to get up to London for a weekend and just run around. Lord knows I owe Neil an afternoon of drinks at his favorite pub, or wherever he wants to go. And I cannot wait to actually, put my hand in his and shake it and say, nice to meet you, young man, and teach me all about, British, lingo, right? Teach me all about everything that you know. So just fabulous. It's always great to hear from everyone. Thank you again so very much for all of that. And in the meantime, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch, auch ein schönes Wochenende. Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. Be good to yourselves, be great to your friends and your neighbors, but be especially kind and giving to the people behind you in the queue. Be well now. Take care out there. Be safe. See you tomorrow.